Hey, welcome back, Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq.
Hey, you are rocking with StudioSetStage. Good that you guys just came back to see us. Another exciting show for you guys.
Yes. StudioSetStagers. You could have been anywhere, but we're so glad that you made it here with us for another show.
Yeah, man. So how was, I guess I need to ask you guys, I'm seeing all of these balloons and all these flowers, all these teddy bears. So
yeah,
we have to assume that the love was popping
this
weekend.
All the heart shapes and all the emojis, the Google eyes and all of that stuff. Hope everybody had a fantastic Valentine's Day. And with everything that's been going on, man, with all of the the pandemic and all
the negative
stuff,
craziness,
all the negative stuff, it's just good to have
it's good to see love.
Yeah.
It's good to see love, guys. I sent a text out to some of my girlfriends, I was like, happy, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But you know what? We think about, everybody's like, ooh, who got a boo? Who don't have a boo? Who got a, girlfriend, boyfriend? Who got a wife? Who has a husband? And then you think about the people who are single, right?
Yeah.
And it's just important. I just, I don't know. I was just thinking in my mind, it's not even about that, a lot of people just search for validation in like, other people, which is, crazy. You can let us know if you feel the same way, but I mean, it's not about that. It's not about the other person. I gotta find me somebody to be my partner, so that validates me. Like it's that's not what it is about.
Yeah, and we know like this time of year, the love, the season of love and Cupid and all of that stuff. But amidst everything, what really has been going on, the reality of it is that, man, it has been tough. This pandemic, it's been brutal. And it is a blessing. I just feel it being a blessing to see another Valentine's and be here.
And to have somebody to share
and have somebody to share it with.
So we had a great Valentine's Day, but what I was getting at was, first, you have to love yourself, guys. I know we're just gonna start the show. I know you're like, I'm not gonna be too sentimental. I'm not gonna get sentimental, okay, guys? Don't think that, all right? But you love starts with yourself.
Yes,
first.
It does.
Once you find love with yourself, then you are capable of giving it to someone else and receiving it, right? So I just always like to say that around this time, you have people who are just literally crying, because you gotta start with yourself.
It does. You're absolutely right. You definitely have to. In order for you to love someone else, you definitely have to love yourself. Self-love is important. Because I don't think you can really find that fulfillment in someone else until you understand. You
exactly.
Because it's you that you're bringing to the table. You want to share you with someone else. So,
and it's not the balloon, guys. Listen, I know you're like, Cynthia, I can't believe you're saying this, because we've been married forever. But listen, guys, it's not about the balloons. It's not about the flowers. It's about having someone there who has your back. Yes, the flowers and the balloons and trips and gifts and everything. All that's wonderful. That's nice. But it's good to have somebody who you can go through the great times with, right? And the really bad times, have someone who you can depend on.
The ebbs and flows of life, you're going to have your hills, you're going to have your valleys. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is really knowing that you're able to share that with someone that you do have that validation, like you said.
And everybody's, we didn't skip over that other part, like the little entanglements that be going on. Jada Pinkett said it. I didn't say it, guys. Okay, the entanglements. Okay, that right there can trick you. Okay, if you know what I mean.
I got to get my Will Smith look, like how.
Them entanglements can get you. They can get you in trouble. They can have you confused, guys. But just know, like I said, it's more than love is. It's more than skin deep.
Okay? It is, man. And that's something that when they say forever, like Prince said, forever is a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, that's what is important. And Cynthia, I mean, you brought up a wonderful point on that.
Yeah. A lot of my girlfriends, I even have some guy friends that I know, and every year they stress on the Valentine's Day. Let me tell you, don't do it. Don't do it, because like I said, I read an article. I'm always reading something, whether it's like on social media and the paper. You have people who are actually married, guys, who are married, who are in a relationship, and they hate each other's guts. So here you are, you single, you trying to be like them, and they in this relationship, they feel like they locked in, like they stuck. So so you just never know the person's situation. So just enjoy where you are, and I hope you did this past weekend.
Most definitely. Hope everybody is still being safe. If you had to practice the safe distancing, the social distancing, and all of that stuff, I know it might be like, man, really? Valentine's? That is so.
Wasn't nobody doing no social distancing. I saw y'all all on IG. I saw y'all hooked up together with hundreds of people. Look, I was like, are we ever gonna get? Are we ever gonna get? I know, guys. I know how you feel. We miss our family. We miss our friends. We were definitely. We're still people who like to socialize a lot, and so we understand. We feel the pain too. So But guys, please social distance, right?
Yes,
Come on now.
Please.
Quarantine. Like me and my girlfriend like to laugh a lot about like fake quarantining. You know what that means? That's like you go where you really want to go, and then some place that you don't want to go, you're like, oh, I'm quarantining.
Right. No, we're not
know
going
who
there.
I'm talking about.
We're not going there because
Yeah, you don't want to be
we're quarantined.
Anyway.
Get your mask. No,
but guys, it's like I'm always thinking like, damn, are we ever going to get out of out of the pandemic?
Yeah, well, I just saw a news story where they were talking about I think Dr. Fauci was talking about the different variants.
So
the one in South Africa now, they're saying that the vaccines are not as effective as the UK.
Please don't tell me
variants.
That. Oh my God.
That's just another. And then to the CDC, they mentioned that maybe they recommend wearing 2 masks instead of 1. So,
you know what? I believe in science, guys. I'll be honest with you. I believe in science. I believe in following our health officials. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This thing gonna be over when God says it's over. I know a lot of people don't believe in some people are not they don't believe in a higher being, but I do. We do here at StudioSetStage. And I literally believe just opening up the book Revelations, and it's just like you see everything, all of this that's happening. It's happened before, it's happened multiple times, and it's over when God says it's over. I know it's controversial view, but
it's not controversial. I think if you like you said, if you have read scriptures and understand that, that this is part of it, again, you just have to do diligence.
Pray, Lord, lift up prayers.
That's part of doing diligence. Pray, guys.
Yes.
And because a lot of people, like I said, didn't make it. And if you're here, you're blessed to see another day. Obviously, your work is not done. So, adhere to what's going on. Don't believe the hype. Don't get distracted. Be safe so you can get through this. And this too shall pass.
It shall pass.
No
it
doubt.
Shall pass. Well, guys, well, speaking of passing, you know what? We're talking about who passing the torch. Who is passing the torch when it comes to music? So big uproar. I know about music. I know that's kind of like your arena, man. Talking about Usher, and I'm kind of excited for Usher, right?
Yes. Well, over the past, I guess maybe year two, there's been some talk about, okay, who is the king of R&B?
Here we go again.
Right.
Here we go again.
Who is the king?
Here we go again.
Who has the crown? Who has the title? A couple of years ago, a young artist came out not to throw anybody under the bus or anything like that, but some artists said, hey, I'm staking the claim to that. Of course,
who was that?
Everybody knew that R. Kelly was the designated king of R&B.
Do y'all still play his music?
Until all the fallout happened, right?
Do y'all still play his music?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you can definitely chime in on that, guys. StudioSetStage is out there, but after the fallout, so they say since the crown has been relinquished, now
from R. Kelly.
Yes, from R. Kelly.
Taken
now, they said that a viable suitor has stepped up to claim, and some say rightfully claim the throne, and that is Usher.
Who was the little young guy who said that he was the king? What was his name?
Jacquees?
Jacquees?
Yeah, Jacquees.
Yeah, he said he was the king.
Now, he said he was going to claim it.
Yeah.
And look, I don't knock anybody's hustle.
Right.
You have to aim high in this, and but
he aimed super high,
right,
way out of the ballpark.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I'm sorry.
This title, and when you go for titles, and even dating back where I remember reading a story about James Brown.
Yeah.
When they were saying, well, he's soul brother number one, but then he claimed, okay, I'm the godfather of soul. Some people say, well, man, why don't you say you're king of soul? Well, I'm the godfather, and during that time, that was where people, say, hey, if I'm gonna claim this title, I'm gonna have to back it up. I'm gonna have to back it up with stats and facts.
So now we're in 2021.
Right, we're in 2021.
And
right. And so Usher is basically he had a couple of he made some posts over this last week, week and a half, and basically was saying, hey, king of R&B.
We saw you, Usher. We saw you.
I am excited.
I'm excited
to see
too. I cannot wait.
Exactly. Hey, man, if he's saying, hey, I'm going to step into this claim, I'm going to claim it, then and definitely he has the stats. He's been in the game.
He sounds amazing, like you said, long running hits.
Oh yeah, he definitely has hits. Definitely has hits, and he's doing his thing, and so
lots of collaborations too. With like a lot of new artists like Summer Walker. LMA.
Yeah, they had some bangers this past year.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's got some new stuff that he's working on, and I think a project that's getting ready to come out soon. I think as far as the pandemic is concerned, everybody kind of just threw a monkey wrench in a lot of things where a lot of projects was paused and put on hold.
Well, I don't think his project was paused. I did hear that his project is going to be called, the new project is going to be called, well, it's supposed to be released, I think 2021, of course, this year.
Exactly.
But I did hear that it's going to be called Confessions 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the follow-up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
so Confessions 2, and I hear that he's going to have lots of like collabs with a lot of people who he's done singles with.
Yes.
Particularly Summer Walker, which you guys know I love Summer Walker. I just love that I call her little girl. She's young, but she is so beautiful to me and just absolutely so talented.
Yes, indeed. And so I mean, hey, the journey continues.
Well, what about Chris Brown though? I mean, that's a viable. Like, what happened to him? Like, isn't he in the ring too?
I think Chris, man, Chris is like he's in that entertainment realm and in that zone.
Yeah.
And he's been doing that. And I feel like he's definitely a worthy suitor.
Yeah, I think so too. I was gonna say, but I'm definitely a Chris Brown fan.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, Chris Brown, CD is doing his thing.
But you know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're saying Usher.
No. I didn't know. Listen, I didn't say that. Now this is in the news.
You're not saying that he's the king of R&B.
No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, it's like this. This is how it works in music. When music,
I'm asking you personally, do you think that he's the king of R&B now?
Well,
that R. Kelly's in jail.
I'm stating this with R. Kelly, and I'm just stating this. This is how it goes in labels. If you say you're going to be king, you have to back it up with stats.
So I'm asking you
now. Usher has the stats.
Okay.
And he can factually come in and say, hey, I'm claiming this crown.
Okay.
This is
we get that, but what do you want? We want to know what Marq Dean
feels.
I mean,
like, the verdict is out. I feel like the verdict is still out, because I feel like it's like with Michael Jackson when he said he was the king of pop.
Yeah.
He had, he had multiple like diamonds, in terms of projects. The largest selling album, Bad, was the follow-up, so that was huge. Everybody remember the run that he had.
Definitely.
Now, I'm not saying Usher won't have that run or whatever, but I'm just saying that, right now with this next project, it will tell the tale.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think we had this conversation off air. Love Usher, and totally think that he can take that on.
Right.
But there is something about Chris Brown. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
There is something. And maybe it's just pop.
Maybe let me ask you this:
the king of pop. I'm thinking Chris
Brown. You think Chris Brown, will probably be. You think it should be up in the air between Chris and Usher?
I think it should be between Chris and Usher. Let me tell you something. I think Usher has a great. I think like you said, Usher has that R&B. I think he has that down pat.
Okay.
But for some reason in my mind, it seems like Chris Brown has the overall package of what we've all been looking for. Like we've all been looking for who is going to step into the shoes of Michael Jackson.
Well,
I think we have all, but people might not admit it, but everyone is looking for that Black superstar who encompasses pop, R&B. Because when you think about Michael Jackson, he took it all.
Yeah.
He took it all.
But Usher has been in that role too. As a matter of fact, Usher has shared the stage with
they have.
Michael Jackson.
They have. Chris Brown has too.
And
if you remember Chris Brown with Michael Jackson,
right.
Absolutely amazing. I don't know where. I know that Chris Brown had a baby. We have kids, so that throws a whole other monkey wrench in it. So I know that maybe he's just sitting back, relaxing.
Well, I don't know. Usher got kids too, though.
Yeah,
he got kids
too. What I'm saying is, I think I'm just leaning towards Chris Brown because there's something electrifying about Chris Brown, and not saying that Usher didn't once have the electricity, but Chris Brown, it's almost like he touches the stage and it lights up, like Michael Jackson. That's what I think that people are like missing, or just skipping that part. Maybe it's something I missed.
Well, and I think, when you said he's about to Usher is about to come out with Confessions 2.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why it's called Confessions 2, because the first Confessions was mammoth. All of those hits, and basically, man, he had the world in his hand, at that time. So, but I feel like, he just, with everybody, life's journey, things happen or whatever. But I feel like it's going to be interesting. The next project is coming out, and it's just a really good time to get back to the craft,
the real music, and the real stuff, right?
And look, things is a natural progression of things, so I'm just going to be excited to see what is in store. Since he did the post, I'm like, hey, I'm waiting. And I sort of, and all the studio set stages out there is waiting.
And he had the crown on, didn't he? Didn't he have a crown on?
Yeah, I think he had
like a crown, like it was kind of cocked to the side. Okay, we love that. We love that.
Exactly.
We love that.
Exactly. So hey, I'm waiting.
Kudos to Usher. We love you. I'm pretty sure that Jermaine Dupri is gonna be kind of helping to lead him too. I could see that.
Yeah, I believe the same writing team, the team that he had on Confessions, I think they're back in tow for this new project.
Man. Well, I'm just shouts out to Jermaine Dupri. What's up, StudioSetStage? Hope to have you on the show. Let me tell you, I do remember him saying that, it took a while for him to really, I guess, to bolster Usher again, to remind him of who he was. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, why you at home in your robe and your house shoes, like, you know what I'm saying, letting everybody else claim the R&B title. He was like, dude, you are Usher. So I just, you need people like that in your corner who can pump you up, who can remind you of the things that you have done and what you have so much more in you that you can keep going.
Like Quincy said, you know, this thing you're ever evolving. And that's the beautiful thing about music.
Quincy Jones, right?
Yeah, Quincy Jones.
That's right. That's
Q,
right. That's
you know, the legend.
The legend icon.
I mean, he said it best. So, you know, I mean, this thing is about, you know, elevation, and you don't stop growing until, hey, you know, it's your time to go.
Exactly. Right. Well, you know what? I know we were talking about Usher, but look, I know we're all anticipating music from my girl Rihanna. So what have you heard about Rihanna? Like anything just specifically, like as far as music is concerned? We know she's a billionaire when it comes to that beauty thing. Woo, she done whipped that thing up with Fenty. Yeah. Girl, you did it.
I heard that she stepped away from some things for fashion to possibly take a look. Yeah. And there's been some talk about her actually being in the studio, you know, doing some things, you know. I think she's always kind of had one foot in the studio anyway.
Yeah, well, she's a boss. She's a boss. Once you graduate to that boss level, it's like,
and her brands is taking off or whatever. Busy. But I did hear, you know, that she definitely is going to be kind of slowing down or pumping the brakes on one of her ventures, you know, to possibly, hey, I need to go ahead and maybe throw out another project.
Yeah, well, I know also, guys, you know, of course, Super Bowl went down last week, and we got to see Jasmine Sullivan, you know, her new project slated to drop 2021, and it's titled Hotels.
No, it's out. It's out.
Hotels. I love it. Hotels. It's so cute.
Right. Yes.
Anyway, if you saw her at the Super Bowl, right? Just absolutely gorgeous. She did drop. She dropped some weight, so she looks really, really good. She looks really healthy too.
Yeah. Summer Walker, you know, did a phenomenal job. She did a duet with country artist, man.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, Jasmine.
Not Summer Walker.
I'm not Summer. I'm sorry. I did. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I'm sorry. Charge to my head, not my heart. StudioSetStage. Don't hate me for that.
That's a testament to who we listen to, who you're hearing a lot of, and it's Summer Walker.
Jasmine. I mean, I mean, it's awesome. You know, she did a phenomenal job with the you know, Star Spangled Banner. You know, during the Super Bowl.
The after show too. The Verizon.
And she did some things on that too.
Exactly.
Your Verizon show. So
her new stuff is good.
Great. Most definitely. And you know, I'm excited. I mean, I've heard I haven't gone through the entire project, but I did hear some songs, and every one of them, man, is like, you know, she's in the game.
You know, I really wanted to get your take on I don't know if we talked about it, but I really wanted to get your take on The Weeknd. Like, so would he be like in that R&B category? Like, not like, would he be the, because when he first came out, I was kind of like, oh, this is R&B. Yes, he's doing it. Oh, The Weeknd. And then he went somewhere else and then came, I mean.
Well, I think in popular music, I mean, I think the foundation of it all is R&B.
Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, now that might, you know, some people might say, okay, that's taboo, but I feel like at the basis of popular music, you know, at the core of it is R&B.
Yeah.
And you know, I can say that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know, that, you know, where he, you know, started and his foundation stems from R&B, but, you know, his audience, his fan base, you know, is rooted in, you know, that pop demographic, that genre. And, you know, he's catered to that. And, you know, I feel like, you know, hey, you know, in this thing, you have to be relevant. But you know, I also come at it too, is that, you know, you can be relevant without compromising your integrity in doing what you do. But with Weeknd, I say more he's like, you know, that top 40 rhythmic on that tip. But you know, at the core of that, when you peel it back, you peel the layers back, at the core of it is R&B. For real.
It is. It really is. So anyway, so I guess you know all the music that we're looking forward to. I hope you guys check those out, especially Usher. Lord, if anybody got connect to Usher, tell them we need him on StudioSetStage. Like, ASAP.
Yes. And I just want to, speaking of music, I just want to let everybody know, and I know we talked about this previous, but my video for my people, it will be out this week.
Good.
So it will be out on all of the major platforms. So the official video, look for it. The official release date will be this Wednesday coming up. So I'm really excited about it, and kudos to everybody. I know I had some people saying, "Hey man, when is coming? Or when is it popping?" It is coming, guys. And so, you know,
it takes work, guys. It takes work, right? Work. You guys are checking out our show today.
Yes,
definitely check out the video, right?
Yes.
So the video, you know, Marq Dean is a host for StudioSetStage. Get through listening to the show, you know, downloading, subscribing, of course.
Yes, hit the thumbs up.
You can go get the video. So will people be able to download the video and stuff too?
Well,
stream it or whatever.
They'll be able to stream it. You know, it'll be on, like I said, all of the major platforms, YouTube. It'll be on Vimeo as well. And you know, just pull it up for my people, Marq Dean.
Exactly. Well, cool. Congratulations, by the way. So listen, guys, I know, you know, we during the pandemic, everybody's just like, you're at home, you're still at home, you're working, but you're still at home. And you're catching, you know, lots of television shows and things like that. Honestly, guys, I have become a Netflixaholic. Oh my God.
I mean, what has grabbed you so far with Netflix it's right
weird.
Now?
Okay, I know. Okay, listen, I don't even want to say this because people always make fun of me when I tell people like the shows that I'm tuning into.
No, I mean, it'd be like,
no, people laugh at me because I like. Okay, so for instance, one show you guys can go on Netflix. I'm into this thing called Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Yeah, so I'm into a whole bunch of like sci-fi, fantasy. I really love those type shows. But anyway,
it's one of the top
called
ones.
Altered Carbon. And what really got me hooked in is I saw the actor Anthony Mackie.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So they had him as a title, right? So so I was like, oh, they go Falcon. That's literally it was like Falcon from the Avengers or whatever. I was like, okay, let me just play it. It's totally like, for instance, I love the Westworld. You know, if anybody, you guys are into the Westworld, HBO, exactly. Like, there's just certain things that I'm really into. But anyway, Altered Carbon stars Anthony Mackie also. But like, I mean, I think I'm up to episode 6 or 7. I still haven't seen Anthony Mackie, so they got me. So I'm
they got you hooked.
They got me hooked. But some great ones are like the 40-year-old version. That's been
that film that was released at the end of last year.
That's a good one. Also just now, guys, which is why I wanted to talk about the television shows was Queen Latifah's new show just debuted. It's called like The Equalizer.
Right.
And I know a lot of people were really anticipating this show, so of course I checked it out or whatever. You saw it also, and it was good. It was a really good show. It was a really good show. I had, it was kind of weird because, everybody remembers Denzel Washington.
Yeah. Okay. Now here we go. I was waiting for your take on it. I was waiting for your take on it because I really was interested. I'm really interested. I'm sure all the StudioSetStages out there is interested in your take on that.
Especially as an actress, as an actor, auditioning and just being able to book several shows.
Right.
Queen is the queen. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, ask me, is she the queen in this show? I think she did a good job. I kept thinking about Denzel Washington as the Equalizer, and I think that just totally messed it up for me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I had to come in, kind of open, because I already knew when they announced that Queen Latifah would be, reprising the role, but then doing history, like with History of the Equalizer, it was originally a television series, on CBS, which is on now. So they just kind of revived it, from the series perspective. And so I had to look at it from that standpoint. But like you said, when you actually watch the film, The Equalizer,
you've already
and you see the mystique with, you know, how McCall got down, you know, the character, you know, there was a certain mystique to it. And, you know, he had a certain like OCD, all of those things.
They have her too open.
But the
I don't
film,
know. I just, the television series, guys, after you watch the film, so everybody has seen the film. Everybody has seen Denzel Washington as the Equalizer. So now, especially if you haven't seen the television series like you're talking about.
If you haven't,
you're going off of Denzel Washington, and you know, in the series, you know, Queen Latifah, you know, she's a mom, she's this ex-CIA, you know, operative, like she's got all these friends, these operatives all stashed different places. I think that's cool, but I really wanted to see Queen Latifah as this, like you said, this kind of like CIA, you know, Bond type, you know. I think that's what I think people were looking for, that for that McCall, for that Equalizer,
I think, but like I said, I think with the series, I think they took certain elements, but then they reverted back to, I feel like, the original series.
It's too soft to me. I think it's a little bit too soft. I think it's I think I think they revealed her. I think they revealed her too soon. Does that make sense? I just think I know that there's an arc in series or whatever, but to me, I feel like she's already at the in. Like I said, every writer has a different approach. You know, producers have different approaches, you know, things like that. But I just felt like it's just, I just would have liked to kind of see her just kind of look around the corner a little bit. You know, and I think maybe see her in that light.
And I know this is just the premiere, so
but the premiere, you hope it gets better as it goes along. But
like you said, the premiere
sets the tone. It sets the tone of the series. One of the reasons why, you know, I love Resident. I don't watch a whole bunch of TV, so a lot of shows I don't catch because we're busy. We're really busy, so don't catch a lot of television. A lot of times I have to go back and catch up on it if somebody is talking about it or whatever. But just wanted to I mean, kudos to Queen, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure. You know, and she has played a range of characters, right? But I really think people like her as a bad girl.
Well, you know, she's played some really characters. You know,
she's played some real MFs, as they would say, right? And I think
she had a broad range.
But when I see Queen, sometimes I'm just like, man, I just want to see Cleo again.
You know, from Set It Off.
Come on now. Who don't want to see Cleo again?
Well, you know,
let's just be honest, y'all. Come on.
Well,
am I wrong?
That's one of those, you know, that's one of those roles.
That's one of them once in a lifetime roles,
you
right?
know, definitely. I mean, you know, it has a cult following. You know,
does. I'm one of the followers. I'm one of the followers, but I so can see her.
If you was in the movie, what role you would?
What movie?
If you was to Set It Off.
And Set It Off?
Yeah.
Definitely Cleo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. You probably see me as someone else, but I could do a Cleo. I think I could do a Cleo.
Okay.
Violent. He basically saying I'm violent and evil. I'm really
I'm just playing.
But like I say, Queen, she's played like so many different roles, and she's wonderful range, and you know, but for some reason, I just want to see her take on that absolute badass, like just don't give a. I just want to see that. I know that's
well, you know,
I think she's great.
You know, with this new series, you know, I mean, it might have some twists and turns in there that might be, you know, might surprise you, might shock you.
Yeah.
Exactly. But kudos to Queen Latifah, definitely. You know, she's continuing to push it forward, man.
She really is. She's pushing the culture like in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Because what's great about Queen is that she actually executive produces so many projects that you would never even know that she was, you know, a part of. So that's really cool. So guys, listen, you're watching us, of course. This is StudioSetStage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq Dean.
And guys, listen, we want to make sure that you stay with us like week after week. So be sure to hit that that little red button, a little bell, so that you get the notifications every time that we release a new episode, right? We give you new information. We give you new guests every single time. We just want to make sure that you are with us, right? And that you are with us for the long haul, right?
Yes, indeed, guys. I mean, like I said, like, subscribe, follow us, send us a line, check us out at StudioSetStage.com, where our shop is, merchandise, but follow, subscribe, because, hey, we love the feedback. We love your comments. And this is what this platform is all about. It's about paying it forward and also expanding the platform to possibly give you guys out there a voice.
And like I said, guys, so listen, we have an amazing guest, a friend to the show, who is coming up. So listen, we want you guys to stay tuned.
Yes.
My favorite part of the show, as we get our executive producer, Daniele Davis, not our particular, but this is a very accomplished executive director in the world of media and television and radio and live stage. Daniele Davis is coming up, guys.
Yes, so stay tuned, guys.
So we are back, guys. Rolling. Black History Month, StudioSetStage, Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq.
And like I said, you are tuned into StudioSetStage, the best show, the best podcast on this planet, we like to say. But yes, today I am so excited to just bring to you guys an amazing woman in her own right, guys. Talking about, you see her right there on your screen, Daniele Davis, guys. If you don't know, she is one of the premier media producers, talking about radio, television, executive producers. She is now with Entercom. I just want to say hello and welcome to the show, Daniele.
Yes, welcome.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for your invite.
Very cool. We you know what, we couldn't do this, acknowledge like amazing African Americans during this month, really this year, because we know Black History Year, right? We already know that.
365, forget the month. The month, this is kicking it off, but this is going to be the year.
Exactly. So Daniele, we were just talking off air, and just many of you guys who don't know, there are some amazing people who work behind the scenes. I worked with Danje for a time at V103 and WAOK. And Danje used to be there rocking and rolling. Like I always say, you have talent, they're great, but most times if your talent is great, there's a super producer, right? Behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
So
they say the real power rests behind the throne.
So Daniele, so how have you been doing just kind of amidst the whole pandemic?
Oh, I've just been catching up on rest.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was helping with I helped launch the new morning show at B103, The Morning Culture. And that was a great experience. But then I got promoted at a TV station where I'm working more with the clients, scheduling their shows and commercials. So unfortunately, I had to step down from that position. But when COVID hit, I was able to catch up on some sleep because I was doing both jobs at one point. Wow. But I loved it though. It wasn't like, a lot of people say that they have to work 2 jobs, and it feels like work, but it didn't feel like work to me. I had fun doing it. This is like a dream job for me. So I enjoyed it.
So I know we want to jump in, Daniele, just for those people who don't know, like when I say executive producer or producer, give us an idea for those StudioSetStagers who are watching and listening. What does it all entail? Like, what is a producer?
Oh, everything. It's like you're assisting the talent. You're booking the guest. You're coming up with creative content. And nowadays, you got to come up with creative, like social media posts and just to keep the audience engaged on and off the air. And so it's a lot of work, but if you enjoy it, it's easy. Like right now, like my family, they give me a hard time because I'm always on my phone looking at social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I'm just looking for stuff. They're like, why are you always on your phone? I was like, I'm working. It's like you never stop working. You know how usually people like have, you know, a 9 to 5, they clock in and they clock out. With producing, you're always working.
Yeah. So from your understanding, from what you're saying, basically it is a 25/8 round the clock job, you know, where some people say, well, I can't wait till the weekend, but you know, the weekend is not the end of your week. So I definitely understand. Now you mentioned like with the production, you know, now since everything now is going, it's basically multimedia. So you deal with producing online content as well as like, okay, online content for in front of the camera, behind the camera, and so forth, right?
Oh, yes, I do. I also did video editing for different morning shows, or I did videos for Larry Tinsley and so forth. So it's basically, nowadays you have to be the jack of all trades. Like it used to be like you had a producer that just wrote the scripts, came up with the guest, and then you had somebody else handle the videos and stuff like that. But nowadays you got to know how to do everything to make it.
Wow.
Social media to knowing, you know, about who you know. It's all about who you know. It's still that way, knowing who you know and then showing, and that person can vouch for you and say, look, this person did this for me, did that for me, and so forth. And then word of mouth and all that stuff. So it's a lot of work. You know, if you really want to get into this industry, you have to have patience, dedication, and so forth. It's like you're not going to make it to the top overnight. It takes a lot of work.
I was going to ask you that also. You know, so when did you jump in to the industry? I mean, like, I guess how long ago was it?
Oh, I'm aging myself. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I didn't know that I loved media until I had a high school teacher. Like, you know, everyone has that one teacher that you will never forget.
Yeah.
And my teacher was Miss Chapman. I thought I wanted to be a nurse. Wrong. She's the one that was like, she did commercials and TV production before she became a teacher. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting. Wow. And so that's how I majored in broadcasting, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I liked photojournalism, TV, or radio. So I did everything. I just dabbled in everything. And my first job was in radio back in 2004.
Oh, wow.
I interned at B103, and then I got hired in my college town in 2004. I believe that was with Cumulus Radio.
Okay, Cumulus. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I took a leap of faith and I moved here. My sister was here in Atlanta, so I just moved here. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. I moved in with her. And but I kept my contacts at B103, and then the rest is history.
Wow. You know, I know a lot of us, you know, we always get questions from people who want to know about your line of work, you know, our line of work. And, you know, how did you convince your boss to, I guess, take a chance on you? Like, what was the defining moment, I guess I should say?
Always being consistent. I was always there. I was reliable. I was always on time. And I just kept, you know, doing things without asking. You know, I always live by the motto, just do it and apologize later.
Oh,
because
wow.
because like if you ask for permission and then they're just like, oh no, don't do that right now, just wait. But if you just do it and then surprise them, like, wow, I didn't know that you had that talent, I didn't know you were able to do that, then that's when doors start to open and, you know, an opportunity start, you know, flooding in. But if you do something and you mess up, you say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I won't do it again. But most of the time, just doing it without permission really works out in your favor, because that just shows, you know, that you're capable of doing the job.
Right. You know, I was just thinking that, you know, just the time that I did work at Entercom CBS at that time, right? You know, I had interns, and then Danje, of course, had interns. And, you know, these days, you know, just give us, you know, when you have an intern, what do you see? Like when they come in, you know, they're watching you, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to watch you, and let me tell you, Daniele would have a foam, she was pressing the spots, she would be talking to guests at the same time, and then directing the actual talent that is on the air. So, you know, what's the biggest thing, like when interns come to you, like what do they say to you initially?
Well, they just say, "Oh, can you show me, you know, how to do things?" And I'm like, "Sure," because that's how I started. I wanted to learn how to do it, and I let you do it because I can watch you, but then I'm like, okay, I want to do it now. I want to touch the button. I want to I want to get my flow and stuff like that. And I think that's very important. Just like, hey, get in there, get in the fire. You know, can you handle it? Do you, is this something
let's just be honest. Were you afraid? Come on now. Let's be honest, Danje. When you first was starting out, come on, you're in the big leagues now. You know, were you afraid?
Also, I'm still afraid to mess up. I've been in the league for so long, and I'm still. Sometimes my first day, I'm like, okay, make sure I got this right. But no, that fear never leaves. That first day fear will never leave because you want to make sure. I'm a perfectionist, and I don't want to mess up, but it happens. You know, I'm human. But my very first time running the board, it was with Jean Ross. For her show. It was Atlanta's Best News, and the studio producer, he was on vacation, so they gave me a shot.
Wow.
Woo! I messed up so bad. But they were so forgiving because they knew it was my first time running that show, and that show was a lot because you had drops, and then you have to play mute like a bed underneath them talking, and then you just had to pay attention to time and stuff, and timing is very important. And so it was a lot. I had pushing buttons and kept, but I had a rush afterwards, and then I just wanted to get back in there and do it again the next day.
Wow.
Well, definitely. What advice would you give, say, and you touched on a lot of it, prior, but what advice would you give someone that is just starting out, say, hey, I'm green, and I want to definitely do what you're doing right now? What's the best advice you could give them?
Yeah, because you've progressed, you've done a lot, stage managing, stage producing.
Yes.
It runs the gamut, right? So what the advice that you would offer? Yeah.
Patience and never give up.
Right.
Never give up. And this, the media is not for those who are sensitive.
Wow. Girl, you better say that again. What'd you say? What, huh?
So the media is not for those who are sensitive. If you get angry, if you're quick to anger, then this is not for you. You have to be patient, and you have to, don't be shy. I know I come off as shy, but I had to prove a lot of people wrong. I'm like, I have a lot of patience. But I also have I have thick skin. Yeah. So there's a lot to get me to that point. I can get there. Don't get me wrong, I can. But if I'm learning and I'm eager to get the job done, then I'm easy to work with. And it's just like, at the end of the day, I just want to get it done and do it right.
You know what? I'm really going to be honest with you. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it down for you, Daniele, because of course you're my soror also. I remember like some younger, of course, we're professionals, of course,
right?
And we had some young ones, and they were like, she she didn't talk to me. She didn't say too much to me. I said, because she's handling her job.
Right.
Oh yeah. When I'm in a zone, I'm in a zone. I'll talk to you later. But once I'm focused, it's like I'm in a zone. Someone else told me that they were trying to talk to me, and it was like, but she has her headphones on, she's not listening. And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. Once I'm in a zone, once I'm working on the show, hey, you can't really get my attention. I'm focused, and so, but that's what it takes. Like, I can talk to you a little bit, but after that brief conversation, I'm back in it, and then just holler at me after the end of the show.
Yes,
it's
so good.
It's focused. You're focused, man.
I'm focused, man.
We just think about, like I said, it's so amazing to see Black women, hold the position of power that you have been holding, for all of these years.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't hear from women producers, much less Black producers, who can basically handle it. We all know that the amazing Frank Ski has returned to Atlanta, and like I said, he is a legend. And for you guys who are listening and watching, Daniele held that down. around for a while he was at V103. So I can imagine working with him was absolutely great, right?
Oh, it was great. It was a great learning experience. With my position or with my experience, it did take it to another level, which I wanted. I wanted to know what it was like to produce a big morning show like his, and it was great. And I would do it over again. I would do it all over again if I had the opportunity.
Wow. So you said so for those of you listening, some of the elements that you have to handle, that's crucial. Those people who have never done with, or wanting to do it, what are some of this? Give us some of the specific elements that you definitely have to know how to handle to walk in Daniele Davis's shoes.
You have to be able to multitask. That is the number one thing. While you're on the phone, you got to be able to edit a soundbite and listen to the song to make sure that you don't go off the air or that there's no dead air or anything. And then you're listening to the talent to see, where they want to go next and stuff like that. So you have to multitask. And then you have your boss come in, Reggie Rouse. He says, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And you're just like, I'm doing this too. And then but you have to just keep it together. Don't freak out. Just let them know that you can handle the pressure. And it's a lot of work, but you know what? I enjoyed it because it kept me on my toes. And then, it's a 4-hour show.
Right.
And it goes by so quick. Like your whole day is over. It's like, oh, I'm going to go home in a couple hours. Especially
like you said, you're juggling a number of different things. So, you multitasking, I mean, that is a great piece of advice.
I was going to say, Daniele, of course, she's also let's transition because being a producer, like I said, she's been an amazing producer, executive producer in radio, but also in live concerts, right? Yeah. So tell us about how, producing with live concerts, what is that like?
That's another job where you have to multitask because you're getting pulled in every direction and you have to pay attention to time. Because you don't want the concert to go too late, and then the crowd is getting tired or they're disengaging and stuff like that. You want to just keep it consistent, and that could be a challenge, especially with rappers, because they want to take their time coming inside, and then they have their entourage, and there's I remember T.I. brought the whole county of Bankhead with him to a concert. And
we know T.I. You're right.
See, I was just about to ask you, is there a moment when you was doing that stuck out? Oh man,
here we go.
This.
Yeah, that was one of the times, is because there were so many people, and then I was just like, you know what? All y'all go on stage. At this point, I just want y'all to do the show.
Just go.
Just go. I just want y'all to do the show so that we can, end on time. And we did end on time. And it was, Rick Cathy was happy. He came back and said, "Hey, great show. You guys ended on time. That's all I asked for." And I was like, as long as Rick Cathy is happy, I'm happy. And the artist is happy. Everybody, we got the job done. And that's all it matters to me, is getting the job done in the right way and everything sounding good. It's not going to be perfect.
Right.
And even though I am a perfectionist sometimes, but it's not going to be perfect. But as long as it's done, and then you can just go home and just relax. And and I call it good stress. It's good stress. I don't like the bad stress, but I like the good stress.
So definitely like a job well done,
Yes.
Hey, time was my best friend. It wasn't my worst enemy, and I got it done.
Absolutely.
You have to be somewhat of a diplomat also. And like I said, Daniele is one of the nicest persons you will ever meet, especially in this type of position. Because like I said, we've been in the business for over 20 years, and you run into some people who you're like, did they leave all of their personality somewhere else?
Right.
It's like when you just have to have tough skin. It's just like this tough skin, and just like Reggie used to call me, and I had a partner in crime, and we were a good cop. I was the good cop. She was the bad cop.
Yeah.
And so, but it worked though, because we both, we came together, and I was just like, hey, go get this person. I'll go get that person. And then sometimes if that artist didn't, get along with her, then I'll go in there and I'll finesse it and be like, hey, is there anything you need? Is there, I try to make sure that they have everything they need, before the show and, before they go on stage. And so we always, we made it work. And again, it's all about just, handling the pressure. Yeah. And we both handled the pressure together very well.
Wow. Yes. Danielle, you guys, StudioSetStagers, you're joining us. It's just in the midst rocking with Daniele Davis, a super, super producer with Entercom. She's also a wonderful freelance producer also. She also produces a television show also, right? If I'm not mistaken right now, Daniele?
Oh, right now, all I do is radio. I do behind the scenes with television for Root Sports Network. Yeah. But most of the time, I just do a lot of radio for right now.
Yeah. And your days, I guess, how many hours, I guess, in a typical Daniele day, how many hours are you working?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you.
Right.
I could probably tell you on the weekends, it's probably 3 to 4 hours. I take time out to look at content, stuff like that. But during the week, like I said, I'm always working. Like I'll probably, after the interview, I'll probably go back on social media to see if there's anything I need to post or update for a show.
So what's going on?
It's constant. It's
constant all day. You're never unplugged. Believe me, I can relate, Daniele. So we kind of know that, but it's just so good. Like I said, just to see you and just to know that you are continuing and you are passing the torch, because that's what it's about, right? Right. Not many of us end up in these amazing positions, right? Yeah. And when we have found exactly what we want to do and how we want to do it, it's just great to have someone like you who loves your job, who loves what you do.
Oh yeah, I do love it. And I don't mind passing the torch. I actually had a friend who I brought on board with me at B103, and he's producing Larry Tinsley's show now. Awesome. And he was just always humbled that I was able to pass the torch to him, and he's doing a great job too. And in the way that I was brought in the industry, I love to bring in new people as well and just show them the ropes. It's about giving back.
It is.
Yeah. And yes, it's just the way that someone helped me, I want to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Definitely kudos to what you do, and it's a testament to understanding the process. And like we say all the time, it's about paying it forward, expanding the platform and building. So definitely I salute you.
Yes. So Daniele, it was Black History Month, as they say, but we know it's Black History Year, right?
Right, absolutely.
Exactly. Right. So just tell us, what does Black History mean to you? In Daniele's words, before we you gotta go. Yeah.
Black History to me is, like you said, it's all year round. It's saluting those who came before you and saluting those who come after you. Just keeping the history going. Yeah. That's really important, because if we don't teach our history, if we don't know our history, we'll repeat it, or we lose ourselves.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. So, okay. So what's the plans? What's the future plans? We know there's something going on there. I can kind of hear it already. Anything that you can divulge to us on StudioSetStage, anything new, anything you got planning coming up?
Well, hopefully, like now that I'm starting to, calm down a little bit with multiple jobs and stuff like that. I want to be able to travel more. After COVID, of course. I was planning on traveling last year, and I had like all my tickets booked, and I was ready to go. And I was actually in Vegas when everything happened.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I was getting ready to go to a Boyz II Men concert, and it got canceled on me, and I was just like, wow. And then I've never seen Vegas as empty as it was when COVID hit, and I was just like, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to start traveling more. That's the next goal.
Right. Anything more time for me. Anything professionally that we need to be looking out, that all of our StudioSetStagers need to be watching out for Daniele on a certain stage or platform?
Well, right now I am producing a show called Voices in the Street Unfiltered. It's a show for, we're trying to get more young adults to voice, how they feel about the the current state of our country.
Wow, awesome.
Especially after, last year with Breonna Taylor and all the social injustice. We just want to provide a platform for young people to voice their opinions. And, it's basically we're passing the torch to the younger generation when it comes to talk radio.
So tell us about what is the show called again? And I guess where can we hear it and access it?
Yeah, it's called Voices in the Street Unfiltered. You can listen to it on 1380 WAOK.
Okay.
You can also listen to us on radio.com. Because I know a lot of young people, they don't listen to the radio in the car or anything like that. So just on your phone, you can just plug into radio.com and go to 1380 WAOK and listen to us on Sundays from 4 to 7.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So Daniele, like I said, you're at home producing and you're in studio producing, right? So you're doing both, right? On both fronts.
Yes, I'm. Well, right now I go into the studio on Sundays, and then from home I do a lot of the social media postings for 1380 WAOK, and not to mention I do go to the TV station to help out with their scheduling for games and so forth. And that's been interesting too because of COVID. A lot of games get canceled, or some games, get postponed, or they're able to play their games, but. What I do like about this industry is that it's always changing.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get that day.
It's never a dull moment, right? We always talk about it's never a dull moment.
No, never.
Yeah. So guys, you heard Daniele, you heard it from her, the executive producer of the hour. You heard it, okay? If you're you're not, you're not into the unexpected, this career might not be for you.
Yes, it's not for the faint, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. It's something new every day.
Right. So Daniele, of course, everyone who has been listening to you and watching you, give us a contact. How can we stay in contact with you? For those of you who want to reach out to you, Daniele, and just kind of maybe ask a few questions. Give us some contact information, if you will.
Sure. You can reach me on Instagram at DD Media, or I also my line name Dino My Diva 32 on Instagram, and then on Facebook you can just look me up on by my name Daniele Davis, as easy as that, and then check us out on 1380 WAOK.
Do you have an email that you would like to drop here on StudioSetStage?
You can send me an email at unfilteredradio@gmail.com.
All right, give me that again. That's unfiltered. Give us again.
Unfilteredradio@gmail.com.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Daniele.
Thank you.
Happy Black History Month to you. An extraordinary sister girl, just doing your thing. Thank you so very much. Yes.
Thank you.
You to do what you do.
I would flip mine too. I used to flip mine, but.
I love it. I love that color.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Oh, this is just weird to me. I'm like, usually I'm the one booking the guests, and then now I'm in the hot seat, so it's an adjustment. So excuse me if I'm nervous.
You are fabulous, and I'm sure StudioSetStagers, you heard it here on StudioSetStage. Get at her, and I always say it's about our different guests. Reach them now. Reach them now when you hear them and when you see them, because you never know. Daniele may one day be on the Oprah, with Oprah, the Tamron Hall show. Like, you just never know where someone is going,
You never know.
when they're great,
exactly,
like Daniele.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you, and I claim it. Oprah calls me. Call me, Oprah. I'm available.
Right, I'm the same way. Call me right now.
I'm gonna bring you with me.
Yeah. Well, thank you, girl, and we'll be watching you. Much success to you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yay. Listen, guys, I told you cannot miss an episode of StudioSetStage, the kind of guest that we have, guys.
Yes. And if you missed it, man, what are you waiting on, man? You need to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, follow us, and check us out, man. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, also radio.com, and check us out on YouTube.
That's right, guys. We are celebrating Black History Month, all year long, okay?
Right.
Don't forget, guys, drop us a comment, right?
Yes.
You also can email us at StudioSetStage@gmail.com. Again, that's StudioSetStage@gmail.com. We love you guys, and you stay safe, and come back next week. This is Studio Set Stage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq.
All right, next week.